Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Good. Says we're live on the thing. There's my mug.
Let's see. There you are.
All right. Yep. Okay. Got the email. Gonna go send this out to the fine,
Hey,
wonderful.
that T-shirt looks very familiar.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, most bullshit ending ever, but that's
Yeah, that
whatever.
is very unpopular. That
That's
is.
again. I don't care. I literally walked out of the Barclays Center before I knew that Champa came out. It was that like comedically mad. It was like, damn it. Not once have I ever seen the Undisputed Era win anything. And I've only been to 2 NXT events.
Yeah, that sucks to be you. I still say it was better than anything. The best match that whole weekend. Better than anything that
It was
happened
so great
the next
match. But
night, and
it's
better
like
than anything that happened at WrestleMania. And
again, it was still a great match. It was just wrong person won, in my opinion.
well, but he won later on in the year, so I mean, it's kind of it all worked out. It all kind of worked out in the
If I
end for
saw
him.
it in person, it would have been epic.
In terms of the story, it was all okay, except for in Easy's mind. And hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Just Us Marks. Only, even though there is only two of us today, wrestling
That's our
recap
original
show.
name for today.
I am the Athletic Geek, and I'm joined on the other end of the tin can and string this week only by Easy.
Hello, everybody. Tonight's bubbly is raspberry.
Tonight's is water, but still out of the gas can bottle.
Yeah,
delicious.
Yeah, I'm making a tradition. I'm gonna drink some bubbly during the show, so I could A, stay awake, and B, I just like bubbly.
Like bubbly. Hey, at the tailgate, you should just drink alcohol one time and have the little bit of the bubbly.
We'll
one
see.
Time. Well, one time. You
we'll
have to.
See.
You don't
if
even have
Jericho
drink.
Has a match.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. You don't even have to get drunk. You just got like communion wine. Just all right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then watch me throw up in the parking lot.
Yeah, like that. You'll be like Ned Flanders, and that'll get you. That'll get you messed up.
I've only done the thing where it's like you dip your straw in the drink and you taste it. It's like that's the only time I ever tasted pure alcohol from something. It was from a blueberry drink that my ex-girlfriend she had. It was like it was tasty, but it's like not for me.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll like the bubbly, but who knows? Maybe that might send you on a trail. I'll see you hammered at the.
I was almost gonna have a taste test of that at Revolution 2020. But thank God that didn't happen.
All right, so if you've ever seen this show before, this is the Just Us Marks Wrestling Recap Show.
Or the Rambling Rumble.
The Rambling Rumble, that too. We met this gentleman. Oh, well, it looks like I got to. Yes. Yeah, Miss Ace is the news. Yeah, definitely. I mentioned that to him right before we went live. Yeah, we're going to get to those predictions and all that other fucking bullshit later. But I met this gentleman at All In. We love wrestling, became friends through wrestling. We love wrestling like each and every one of you out there, whoever just like each and every one of you out there. We're just fans. Our opinions of that are of any other fan. We avoid insider terms because at the end of the day, we're not insiders. We're not wrestlers. We're just marks.
And I did beat him in WrestleMania Arcade.
No, you didn't. I won.
Whatever.
I won because I spammed the kick, and then I got the "You screwed Brett" chant from everybody around me because I was playing as Sean, you were playing as Brett. And I started crotch chopping the people, but I did get the "You screwed Brett" chant.
That part I remember.
Yeah, because I spammed the move. I say, hey, fucking.
That's been a long time. Like, jeez. And only part of the times was Starcast ever dysfunctional. Again, sometimes they're a little dysfunctional. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, sometimes we'll go with that because we want a happy day today. But yeah, so as the chat has already informed us, yes, in fact, the Rey Mysterio Roman Reigns match has been moved from the pay-per-view to SmackDown. I mean, it's all on Peacock. It's all on TV. So it's like, okay, whatever. But still, it's just like, I'm sure that's going to change, but right here on Wikipedia for us to do predictions, there is a whole four matches. Four.
So it's like a 1 hour of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Each match will take 15 minutes.
It's fucking like, it's like the pay-per-view you do with your friends playing video games. It's just like but why though, you know?
I don't really think it has anything to do with AEW doing a cage match. It's like they're just doing their own thing. I don't know why SmackDown would care. You have a pay-per-view coming up. Who cares about a cage match?
I don't know.
And you're also on different time slots. Like SmackDown's at 8 p.m. and then AEW's at 10 p.m. It's not like they're going head to head. It's like one program ends and then the next program begins.
Right. And yes, that is fireworks outside of Athletic Geek HQ. I'm not lighting them off, but some people are really, really excited right now. So, here are the 4 matches. We're not even going to do this like in the nice, like formal giving or thing, because like it's 4 matches. It is fucking. It's Saturday night's main event essentially, and that used to be good, but it's not. Like Saturday night's main event used to be epic, but yeah,
I wish they brought that back just for once, please. Not WWE main event, because that's a program nobody watches.
There's Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler in a singles match. There's Bianca Belair versus Bayley in a singles match. There's Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair in a singles match. And then there's a Hell in a Cell match, Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. I'm just going to tell you right now, and the last 3 ones I mentioned are all championship matches. And I'm just going to say it this way. The women's titles will not change hands. Drew McIntyre wins this one. Okay? And I'm going Alexa Bliss because they fucked Shayna Baszler, fucked her whole run up so bad. It's like, okay, whatever. So there's my predictions. No titles.
Why again is this being held in the Thunderdome? Like, can we please have people back?
I think they're gonna wait maybe a little longer. I don't know. That way, I think right now they're waiting for. They want some like they want there to be another outbreak in AEW. They want there to be an outbreak in AEW so they can go, oh, look at how nice we are. We're still using the Thunderdome, and they're still having COVID risks in AEW. I think that might be their end game. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Easy, you got anything? Do you want to add any disagreements? Any changes?
Baszler Bliss, because why? My only perk is, why has Alexa Bliss not gone after Rhea or even Bianca for a championship match? Like, really? We have to play second fiddle to Bray Wyatt 2.0, which, by the way, where the hell is Bray Wyatt 1.0 to begin with?
Maybe she wins this one and then goes after one of the champions. That might
Bray
be the end
Wyatt
game.
Comes back and be like, I want you at SummerSlam, which I would actually be okay with that, but still, just... They didn't explain anything about why Bliss betrayed Wyatt. It's like, well, I had some dark thoughts. Okay, good for you. Everybody has those dark thoughts. My deepest condolences. Go off to your safe haven or whatever. Your safe space.
Right.
Anyways, Bianca, Bayley. I think that's probably going to be a great match. Again, I'm actually shocked why are none of the women's championship matches in Hell in a Cell.
Maybe it's because they're actually respecting a women's Hell in a Cell match and actually like not just using it as a. I'll give them credit. Like the only matches in Hell in a Cell in this pay-per-view.
One of them, please.
No. I'm going to play a little devil's advocate. None of these matches really, to me, except for maybe Charlotte and Rhea, because they did wrestle it.
I would put Charlotte and Rhea.
Charlotte and Rhea I'd put in a Hell in a Cell match, but not Bianca and Bayley. Like they haven't done enough to be worthy of Hell in a Cell yet. Like Rhea and Charlotte, dates back to last year's WrestleMania. Drew and Bobby, they're kind of long-standing feud. It works.
That's Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that is Hell in a Cell.
What does it mean? Last chance Hell in a Cell, like.
Because if Drew doesn't win, he no longer gets a shot at the championship as long as Bobby Lashley's the champion. So it's his last chance to win as long as Bobby Lashley's champion.
Okay. And I'm going to throw in a stipulation. As many of you are also very aware, Hell in a Cell has given us one of the most bullshit endings, not just once, but twice, back to back. So since this is the only Hell in a Cell match, if Bobby and Drew end in a disqualification, The next time we go on the air, I'm going to drink a quarter cup of lime juice straight up because that is the pain that I would be under watching Why the Hell would a no disqualification match end in a disqualification or a no contest.
Yeah.
So please do not make me do that, WWE. You really don't want me to do that. Because this is why I prefer NXT over you bastards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, to keep my insanity short, if Bobby and Drew enter a no contest or disqualification for bullshit reasons, I'm going to drink lime juice the next time we go on the air.
Let's hope that doesn't
Please
happen.
just make me keep drinking my bubbly.
Well, speaking of NXT, NXT Takeover was this past weekend, and
we had some big news from a person that recently got fired, but WWE.
Let's keep this on Takeover. I thought it was a good, not great event.
True.
I want to say this to everybody. I'm not gonna say it was a bad match, but to everybody who wants to shit on AEW for no selling big moves, the Cameron Grimes LA Knight match had plenty of that. So yeah, maybe back the fuck off of AEW a little bit if you think that was good, or maybe you can just shut up. Or just admit your bias and you don't like AEW and just say, hey, I don't fucking like it, so I'm going to shit on it. I disagree, but at least you're not.
See, at least in our case, we like good wrestling.
Yeah. But it was a good match.
NXT is the only reason we'll pay attention to WWE.
It was a good match. I'm not gonna discredit that match. The main event to me was the best match. The show took a while for me to get used to it, and then the ladder match, the women's title match, and then the men's title match. That's what got me kind of turned around on it. But I will also say when they came back with NXT on Tuesday, I really enjoyed NXT on Tuesday, and yeah. You have Karrion Kross pretty much fully starting villain turn.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. And then William Regal essentially steps down as general manager. And Samoa Joe is now the general manager.
Referee stoppage still counts as no contest, Miss Ace.
I don't think. No, referee stoppage does not count as no contest.
No, he said they said it was referee stoppage, buddy, not DQ. It's like either way, it was a no contest.
Okay, everybody, here's the stipulation for that. If it's a referee stoppage where it's like, hey, so and so can no longer continue, Bobby Lashley wins, or Bobby can no longer, you know what I mean? If it's something like that, there's a winner. That doesn't count towards Easy having to drink the lime juice. However, if it's like Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins, where it's just like,
because they were getting too hurt, it's like, oh please.
Yeah, if it's something like that, then the lime juice will flow like the bubbly.
The drinky.
But yeah, Joe cannot compete. He cannot lay his hands on anybody. But yeah, Karrion Kross basically came
unless provoked.
So Breezango versus Imperium, that was pretty decent. Yeah, the segment that got me was the LA Knight Ted DiBiase segment where it looked like, okay, so we're gonna have like the cliche, he's gonna manage him now and this, that, and the other, and Ted DiBiase was taking some bumps, and yeah, like I was shocked to see that, like that genuinely shocked me, and like it wasn't just like a kick to the balls and he keels over, like it wasn't like Leapin' Lanny at All Out where he just got kicked in the balls and just kind of like he got punched in the face, and Ted took a flat back bump pretty much, and yeah, it was yeah. Like I said, I wasn't fully sold on LA Knight, but now I'm starting to kind of be sold on LA Knight. So good job.
Should be interesting, yeah.
Good job. Dakota Kai and Casey Catanzaro had a good match. And yeah, that's so yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. Very and a good main event with Ciampa and Thatcher and the Grizzled Young Veterans. So check that out for sure. But yeah, again, it's kind of one of those deals where it's like, not other than like the DiBiase and the Joe stuff, it's like full of a lot of great matches where there's nothing we can really say about them other than go check them out.
Yeah.
Like there's two different types of good matches. There's the go check them out, they're really good, and then there's like the deep good matches like Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny last year. Where it's like, oh, and the little subtle nuances and this, that, and the other. Like that's one where you can really get deep. But like these are just like, hey, they're really good. If you enjoy good wrestling, you owe it to yourself to watch some of these.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. It's really been a quiet week of wrestling.
Yeah, it really has. Like, there's really like even on Dynamite. I don't know. I kind of got the idea that he was like the general manager now, but like maybe I'm mistaken.
Special enforcement, like
like I thought Joe was just straight up taking over as general manager, but maybe I was mistaken.
Why can't Joe fight anymore? Is he just like a career-ending injury he took? He just doesn't want to wrestle anymore.
I don't know, but it might be. It might be. I mean, the man is in his 40s, and he is very injury prone. So maybe this is like one of those. Maybe they're using him in this role as kind of like hey, he can wrestle like twice a year, and that will like extend his career a little bit. I'm kind of taking the Undertaker approach of he'll show up at WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and that's it. And then maybe he'll be able to get a few more of those. So, Dynamite time.
And yet, a month ago, he was released for an apparent reason.
I was quoted on this show as saying, and I will say it again, I thought it was a good release because of how injury prone he was. Like, I don't like it, but like it's kind of like talk about like at the end of training camp in the NFL, like so and so was a good cut, that's a good cut. They're freeing up a lot of cap space. He was hurt all the time. He's not performing for the money they're paying him. Like that's kind of the vibe I got from Joe. Like I hate it for Joe because I'm a Samoa Joe fan, but it was kind of one of those like, well, it was a good cut. So Dynamite. And Helico versus Christian to start it off. This was fun, and they're kind of building towards Christian versus Matt. I like it. I don't love it. It's gonna be some nice nostalgia, but I'm not really. Oh, Michelle's in the house. Hello.
Wouldn't this be, I guess, Christian and Matt Hardy fighting for like the third promotion they've been in? Because didn't they fight on Impact, or
I don't believe
Christian
they fought.
Was already in WWE.
Christian was already in
or returning back to WWE.
I think by the time that when Matt went to TNA, Christian was already back in WWE.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. But, hey, like, it's kind of good. There's the history there, and AEW does a good job bringing up the history. But to, like, the critics, they're like, why do we have to see this again? Can't Christian fight somebody who's never wrestled before? I don't agree, but I feel like they have a point.
I say maybe for the starters, maybe give Christian a TNT championship run.
No, not right now. There's one man that can take that belt off Miro. And he hungry.
Oh, I was going to say Brian Cage.
I want to see that match, but Johnny Hungy brings the belt to the Dark Order. Back to the Dark Order. After Miro has a monster run. Tell me that ain't great. Tell me that ain't great.
That sounds great.
Cody's segment, he brings out Brock Anderson, which if I didn't know any better, I'd say was Arn Anderson. Did you see that kid is his dad's ass? Fucking look at him. He's like Arn with hair. Like, I mean, see what the kid can do. I'm not really. We'll see. But he looks just like his fucking dad. Looks just like his fucking dad. And they have a tag team strap match. Rhodes and Brock versus QT and Ogogo. Hopefully Rhodes and QT can kind of like guide Ogogo and definitely Brock around because they're kind of trial by fire for all of them. So, next match, Pac, Pentagon, and Eddie Kingston versus the Bucks and Brandon Cutler. I really like this match. I really like what
this was awesome.
I like what they did with Brandon Cutler. That was my my favorite stuff.
Poor Brandon.
Yeah, exactly. But like, just loved it.
Just like how much abuse can he still take from these two?
And then Kingston, or not Kingston, Kazarian, the elite killer at the end. Oh, it's
or
good.
Some people like referring to him as the Punisher.
I mean,
like, you killed my family, prepare to die. And that's not even the correct answer. That's not even the correct.
That's Inigo Montoya. Andre the Giant was in that movie.
That was part of the joke. That's the joke.
Andre the Giant was in that movie though. But yeah, Pinnacle segment, good Pinnacle interview. Well, we talked a little off camera. We kind of have a differing point of view over the part of this segment. You did not like the limo destruction.
I did, but what I was saying about was it just looks oddly familiar to many other vehicular destructions that we have seen in wrestling, from a bus and a limo. It's just, when I first saw like the thumbnail, I thought it was like the Inner Circle's personal vehicle got destroyed by the Pinnacle, but it's like, no, it was the other way around. The Inner Circle just destroyed the Pinnacle vehicle.
I mean, I agree that like vehicular vandalism has been done quite a bit in the wrestling world, but it's just one of those things. It's like it's something you can always go to. It's a tired trope, but it's like it's a tired trope, but it's a neutral trope. It's kind of like, okay, you can use it with any rich, snarky group of bad guys, and it work. And I mean, I'm not going to say it was as cool as when Stone Cold Steve Austin did it, or hell, it wasn't even as cool as when Daniel Bryan made Randy Orton's car the Cadillac Escalade. Wasn't even that cool, but I feel like it's a little bit more neutral than other stuff.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking something else. I was like, was there Brock Lesnar that destroyed a Cadillac that Seth Rollins won? Or something? That was fun.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, like Brock Lesnar ripped the doors off of the Cadillac he bought for J&J Security.
No,
that one was cool because it was just straight up Brock Lesnar tearing the doors off of it, though.
No, my personal favorite, honestly, is just Stone Cold pouring cement on Vince McMahon's Corvettes, and then years and years later, someone actually found the car.
Yeah, and just that Titan Tower is just chilling out there, But I don't know, like I said, this was kind of
that's like one of the tropes that's like it's overplayed a lot, especially with wrestler versus evil corporation. Like, we haven't seen that a billion times, which thank God at this point.
But see, at this time,
please don't do that.
But at least
Tony Khan is an awesome guy.
Except when he's on Impact, apparently, because then he's like the bad guy there. But at least when we saw like the vandalism this time, it wasn't against a corporate boss. It was just a bunch of like rich, snooty assholes. So, I mean, I guess it works.
I still think it's going to lead to just a fight between Jericho and MJF. I'm just like, we've seen the Pinnacle and Inner Circle. They get wins. Let's just have the leaders fight.
Since
because this is why it started.
We kind of said there's not
like
as much to talk about this week, but we want to go into the Twitter realm. Quite the war of words between MJF and Sammy Guevara on Twitter this week, and you had people going the Hulk Hogan route of you work your work and don't know work is a work until you work yourself into a shoot there, brother. But yeah, I don't know, like I know eventually we're gonna get MJF and Jericho. Like that just has to happen. Maybe All Out, maybe Full Gear, but
Please,
I know
Full Gear.
but I know, but All Out's kind of the bigger pay per view. But we'll see. But I feel like down the road, kind of the big thing you got to look out for is Sammy and MJF. Like that's gonna be even bigger than Sammy and Jericho in the grand scheme of things. Like that's where your future is, that's like,
True.
That's where eventually that's gonna be a feud that can kind of carry the future of AEW, whereas Jericho's probably just gonna lose to MJF, which is the right thing to do, and like, definitely give that the proverbial rub to MJF, whereas Sammy and MJF is, can kind of be the maybe sort of the Triple H Rock, or the of
maybe Hogan and Rocky, or
no, Hogan and Rock only had like 2 matches. I'm thinking like something like that's like always like Triple H and Rock, where it's something like you can always go back to and it feels fresh. You know what I mean? Like Rock could go do something else and then go back to Triple H, and it's like, okay, you're not like upset that you've seen this match 100 times. You're like, all right, well, this time it's at WrestleMania and when there's 2 other guys. Well, this time there's a special referee. Like, you was always okay. You were always okay with it.
My personal favorite rivalry has been Cena Orton, actually.
No, see, I feel like I'm gonna have to disagree there, because to me, I feel like that was the exact opposite. Where I'm like, I am very tired of this match. Please stop with this one.
True. We'll see.
There was a whole Botchamania ending about it.
I still say, like, next fight between Jericho and MJF should be a career-threatening match. If Jericho loses, he must retire from pro wrestling, and then we just see him on commentary. Because again, I like him on commentary with Tony Schiavone.
Now I'm going to say this. If Jericho loses a career-ending match, he shouldn't just come out on Dynamite the next day and go, and I'm going to be on commentator, baby! Like, no. Like, he needs to go away for a while.
Like, take a few weeks off. And plus,
not a few weeks. Like, I'm thinking like a year off. Like, he's got to go do, like he's got to go bye-bye for a long time. You got to miss Jericho.
But there's the Jericho Cruise. We completely forgot about that. And I think that's in November, actually.
Right.
It's in October or November, one of the two. Oh, shit. What about a career-threatening match at the Jericho Cruise?
Pretty sure spot on. I don't know. Was it? I don't know. I've never done Jericho. That was my first Jericho impression. But we'll see about that.
I don't know. Anybody in AEW, I really can't do like good impressions like I used to do as a kid.
I know I have my very bad Bully Ray impression, but like I want it to be bad because I don't like Bully Ray. And then there's my impression of Jim Cornette isn't even Jim Cornette. It's me doing Bruce Pritchard doing Jim Cornette.
Oh God.
And my Jim Ross is me doing Blade Braxton doing Jim Ross from WrestleCrap Radio. So that's my How you doing, Dale? Back out. I don't know what's going on. I'm a grumpy old man.
Well, speaking from factions, beating each other up, there's one faction that seems like it's self-imploding itself, and that's Team Taz.
Yes, I kind of really don't know. Like, they're gonna be the first one that's gonna kind of break up, or maybe they'll just. I don't know if they're gonna fully break up, or if they're just gonna throw Brian Cage out. I think maybe they'll just throw Brian Cage out.
I think it's that, and Brian Cage just says, "Well, screw you guys, because I'm gonna keep the FTW title."
And then he'll have and then
anybody.
Yeah, well, now I don't.
Anyone on Team Taz.
Yeah, so like then you can send Starks and Hobbs, and then maybe have Starks
win.
Or
no,
when Starks
they can do a gauntlet match for the FWT
title. But I also don't. I don't feel like Team Taz should completely break up, because while Ricky Starks doesn't need the mouthpiece, Powerhouse Hobbs still does. So, hell, even Brian Cage still kind of does, but. It is what it is. Sting and Darby Allin respond to Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, and it's going to be a handicap match because he only wants to tag team with Sting and he wants to prove his worth. And I mean, okay, cool. We all know how this is going to end up. He's going to either Sting's going to come out and help, and it's going to lead to tension between Sting and Darby, which they're kind of building to, or Darby's just going to get his ass whipped. So, and finally, the main event: Miro versus Evil Uno. Like the match, it did what it was supposed to do: make Miro look like a beast. And there's that.
Now one of Dark Order being cheerleaders.
Yeah. Andrade will be on tomorrow's episode. Jungle Boy used a Botchamania quip, and I think he did that on purpose, of telling Kenny Omega he talked too much. And right away, Matthew was on it, making that the new "you talk too much." That's okay. Not everybody in the world is cool enough to like Cody.
I feel like
I zoned out during most of the episode because I didn't really think it was like it was. This was like, if you missed this episode, it was okay. You know what I mean? Like
that. If it helps, I've only seen the YouTube clips, but
yeah, this was.
There could have been an interesting promo battle between Jungle Boy and Omega, but it's like, really, Jungle Boy just says you talk too much, and it's like,
like I kind of wanted to see a little bit more. There's just a lot of dropping the ball here. Not in a bad way, but just kind of like to me, it's kind of like one of those hey, we know we're in a bad spot. We're gonna, I don't want to say phone it in, but bring my football analogy back up. We've clinched our playoff spot. We're gonna put the starters on the bench for a few weeks. Peyton Manning's gonna sit this game out because we're already in the playoffs. There's no reason to get him hurt ahead of the fucking playoffs.
Also, and I don't know, I would have.
Layla and Nyla was pretty good. Like to see a longer match.
I would have found this comedic if the Young Bucks, they came out, and then also you just see Luchasaurus come out and just completely runs over the Bucks. Just say, yeah, you got your goon squads. I have a freaking dinosaur.
It was an improvement over last week. I can agree with that statement, but it's that's not saying much. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm just kind of. Yeah. I said, I really feel like I want to say, because everybody who's wrestling's trying hard, so I don't want to say phoning it in, but I feel like it's in kind of autopilot mode right now. Up until next Saturday, I feel like that's kind of when.
Thank God.
When that's gonna change. And we talked about this earlier. Hangman Page and 10 versus Cage and Hobbs. This was okay. I like Hangman and the Dark Order together. That makes me happy. And then
not yet official.
I mean, he's not in the Dark Order, but he's hanging out with the Dark Order, and he's got friends, and not shitty friends that make him feel bad and drive him to drinking.
Yeah, and he still hasn't drinking the Kool-Aid.
I mean, are they? I'm not watching BT anymore. Are they still trying to get people to drink the Kool-Aid, or what's going on with that?
I will laugh if they trick him into drinking the Kool-Aid and they just replace his whiskey or his beer.
That could happen. That could happen. But yeah, I agree. Better than last week, but still, like, it's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite show this week was NXT. Well, but starting last Friday up to today, my favorite show was NXT. I felt like NXT's got me excited for NXT, and whether or not they keep that excitement up, that remains to be seen. But
it better be. That's the only watchable WWE product.
SmackDown is okay, but yeah,
And below average.
I'd say average. I'd say SmackDown with somebody better running the show could be damn fine. But and then apparently, were you watching Impact? Because apparently Don Callis got fired on Impact.
Kayfabe fired for like personal relationships getting in, and the Anthem board of directors sent Tommy Dreamer of all people to say, "Yeah, Don, you're fired." So, great. Now he's Dynamite's problem.
Billy was going to join Dark Order, but he caught them doing some weird shit. No Kool-Aid anymore. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I don't watch BTE much anymore, so I'm a little bit behind on all that. I shouldn't say like it's not that I don't like. Oh, I'm so above watching BTE now, but it's just kind of like
to watch BTE anymore.
It's kind of
sad.
It's definitely not as. BTE is something that I can honestly say, like, I feel like it jumped the shark a long time ago, a real long time ago. They wrote that song in '94, that long ago.
Watch that be an episode title. We jumped the shark. It's like they were watching us.
I still watch Quizlemania. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't and I fully know my place in the pantheon of YouTube wrestling, but it's like I don't watch a lot of other like wrestling YouTubers other than like Botchamania and like Brian Zane, and I check out like some ones that are kind of do different stuff like Joseph Montecilio and his series and IQ Wrestler and his tributes, but like I don't watch like anybody do like reviews anymore, and I mean I hear Quizlemania is cool.
That's right. I've been watching like
Sammy's vlog is great because I was on Sammy's vlog. So
and I've been on BTE a couple of times.
I've never been on BTE. I've been on Sammy's vlog. But that's about it. But like I don't watch like I used to watch all the review shows. Like I watch Cultaholic and What Culture and Wrestle Talk and watched all the review shows. But like eventually I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna watch their review shows because I want to say my own thing. You know what I mean? But and then I about watching Brian Zane's reviews, except for his like classic pay-per-view reviews. I watch his like other stuff because that's like what he does best.
Other stuff too. Like I was literally like watching some of his classic episodes where it's like he's reviewing like really horrible pay-per-views, and I thought of one idea. Like you, me, and Eric, we try to watch Heroes of Wrestling and just see how far we can make it through.
That one makes me. I don't know if I can do that because no one. Where Jake is now, it might just make me sad.
Okay, fair enough, but we just watch it for the wrestling and we can just skip Jake's part.
Yeah. We can watch Tully Blanchard have a good match. The only good part of that whole pay-per-view. I don't watch Cultaholic because, and some may say I'm keeping up kayfabe, they kind of kiss Bret Hart's ass a little, like, too much. Like, even Canada's going, whoa. There's a better Canadian that you could have said was a better Intercontinental Champion than him. Baby! Since apparently I do a good Jericho.
At least Simon Miller alone. I like him. And why? Crazy hand gestures later. Here's why.
Actually, I do check out some Simon stuff because I do like Simon. Most of my YouTube watching now is either Variant, which is a good show about comic books, Out of the Groove with Eric Estep for racing, and the Game Grumps.
Hmm.
And John Tron, whenever the fuck he makes a fucking video. Same thing with Angry Video Game Nerd.
I just watch random stuff. And you can always count on a very good Watch Mojo video. Canadians.
I never really got into Watch Mojo. I would.
All they do is top 10 videos.
I can't remember what. Like, I watched one, I'm like, here's my own bias going like, that's fucking wrong. Fuck you.
Again, it's
their opinion.
They do it by fans literally voting on what the number one is. They never pick the number one. It's always what the people actually decide is number one.
I do watch some of the rebooking videos on Parts Unknown because that kind of thing is fun. But again, like, as fun as that is, like, I'm watching it and I'm like, part of me is like just the giant nerd that I am, just going, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. No, that wouldn't work because so and so was not. He was under contract with somebody else, and that wouldn't have happened. Yeah, I like Eric Estep on Out of the Groove. I like Black Flags Matter and like
I've been actually watching like a lot of like NASCAR YouTubers lately.
Yeah, that's kind of just about all I.
Again, I just have a wide variety of people, and especially I watch
NASCAR and gaming YouTubers. And I like the Saber Spark. I like him.
Yes.
God,
he's got a new video coming up this week, and he's reviewing Finding
Jesus Part 2. Yes.
I know. I'm like, oh God.
I like
how does that break him? And yet Joshua in the Promised Land was like, what the fuck was that?
I like.
Thank God, I've watched that movie in its entirety. Like, oh my God, it's so bad.
Defunct Land. Defunct Land's another one of my favorites, and also keep on the subject of wrestling. I'm a wrestling bios guy too, and I like wrestling bios. I like the Reliving the War series. So like those are kind of my pool, but like nobody else like. I don't listen to anybody else's review because I don't want to seem like, well, here's my point. And be like, oh, you're just saying what Ollie Davis said, or oh, you're saying what, one of the 50 Adams at What Culture just said. So it's like, yeah, you're right. So it's like, I feel like
the one similarity we have with Wrestle Talk is they can't even get through Raw. Like,
that's true.
You just see the pain in Ollie Davis's eyes. It's like, why am I doing this?
I mean, like it's like I might have the exact same take as one of them, but like I feel like I'm not, even though I've never let anybody influence what I say on this channel. I feel like I'm definitely not influenced if I don't watch any other stuff, and yeah, that's just kind of me. And that's pretty much it for us this week. Next week, we will be on Friday night and not Thursday. I will be attending Anna Fight Underground in Anna, Illinois, if you are in the area. Check that out. ECW legend Super Crazy will be in the house, as well as Deathmatch legend Madman Pondo, wrestling GCW star Schlack. So, if you're into the hardcore wrestling scene on the independents, definitely got a big show in Anna next Thursday. So we will be doing the show Friday night, normal time, just on a Friday. So it'll be right after SmackDown. And
and thank God AEW won't have a show then.
Exactly.
It'll be on the Saturday. SATRDAY
night.
Yeah.
Miss Ace, actually, real quick before we leave, this is an interesting point. The women's tag title stuff on Raw, it's like, it's why
do they still exist?
Yeah, it's like, you have so much depth in the women's tag division in WWE, but like, it's like a testament to like how poorly any tag team is used in the WWE. But
now suddenly it just seems like WWE is just reverting back to, we have a fantastic women's division, and you're right, we don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with anything. The women, the men, the tag team, the cruiserweights. the
okay,
anything.
If perfect world, if they brought Nikki Cross back into being a Twisted Sister role, she would stand next to Alexa Bliss as a follower, and those two would be tag team champs. Again, please book it. That's the only time I'll ever care about Raw.
You don't like
disgruntled former Sanity fan here, just letting everybody know.
But yeah, so that's the show this week. Kind of a quickie. Kind of a lot of tangents because we need to fill time. You know, it's strange.
Yeah, we only took us 45 minutes.
Well, it took us 45 minutes, and I still got to cook lunch for work tomorrow. But thank you all for joining us. If you enjoyed, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of comic books, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture. Definitely check out some of the other videos I have on my channel. Collection Comic of the Week. It is George Perez June, my favorite artist. Going to be checking out some of my favorite books from him. And check out the Geeking Out podcast. Last week, the Stride Pro Wrestling champion Riser was my guest, but I got a really good show in the can for next week. I definitely think everybody should check out. It's not a the guest. You know, somebody. It's an artist. I'm not going to really go into too much detail, but it's an artist, and it's probably one of the best interviews I've done. And it was just a great interview and great time talking to him. And check it out next week. Drops every Wednesday. But yeah, we'll. Oh no, you're. I don't know if I'd call that a hot take, Miss Ace, but yeah, that is it for me. EZ, what you got to plug?
Guys, you can follow me on social media at Eric Zarens. Shout out to the amazing Podcast Wrestling Federation. They have awesome stuff as well. If you didn't have any recommendations, just tweet at me, and then I'll just tell you some of the best people that I know around. And God forbid, Hell in a Cell has a crappy ending.
Yes.
But I'll just be focused on what's going on in the world of racing this weekend, because NASCAR returning to Nashville for the first time in 10 years. Thank God.
I'd be kind of.
I wish I could be there. Speedway, but it's a work in progress.
Where do you want them to go?
IndyCar is in Road America, which I looked that up, and it's in the middle of freaking nowhere.
It's close. It's in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So you're right, middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, you should see Mid-Ohio. It's also in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, IndyCar was heartbreaking last week for Team Penske. It kind of made me sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyways, and also come November, I'm going to be in the St. Louis area for AEW Full Gear.
And we got some stuff planned that weekend, so stay tuned for that. Some special extra live streams planned for that, and some extra videos. So be ready for all of that.
Yeah. Oh, and also, if you happen to be in the Washington, D.C. area on the 4th of July, that's where I'm going to be, because I'm going to take a little American road trip down there, and also to see some baseball between the Dodgers and Nationals, and of course see some awesome fireworks going on in the nation's capital. So if you want to meet me up in Washington, D.C., let me know. We'll have some fun out there.
Yep. So for EZ, I will not be in Washington, D.C., but I might.
EZ in D.C., how fun.
It needs to be a vlog. Have like a jingle and everything.
I'm not really the vlog kind of guy. Not unless I have somebody with me. I'm like when we were doing our stuff in New York.
Fair enough. But for EZ, I'm the Athletic Geek. We're just Marks, and we're out. Have a good one.
Good night.